Hey DDRM, hey guys. Welcome back channel. Hey, sorry it's been a minute. Been really busy and for some good reasons. Cars leaving now. This you saw briefly on the channel a while back. So this is my 86 Grand National. So I finally after 4.5, almost 5 years, got it back from paint. I won't get into why it took that long. And basically trapped in a kind of familiar body shop. So thank you and a shout out to Patrick at Patrick's Rod and Restoration that you guys saw painted the 69 Fastback Mustang. So I pulled it from the other place, brought it up to him, and he finished the paint job finally. Now this thing is like black glass. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a little dusty right now. I've been working on it, just kind of doing a bunch of different things, but this is a full-on ground-up restoration, frame off, frame taken off the frame. Frame was powder coated. All the panels were addressed. Everything straight as an arrow. There was a couple, I think this quarter, very lower quarter panel patch. Everything on this car has been replaced with new or new-ish, the best that I could pretty much find, like going to the GS Nationals. Like I've been collecting parts over the last 3.5 years. So like I said, it's absolutely pristine, beautiful, that this paint job that he did. So everything was sandblasted, everything taken down to metal, primed, painted. So the taillights I scored were new, the trim rings were new, the bumper impact strips were new. I don't know if you can get those anymore. The bumperettes, the wheel well trim, new. These wheels are from G-Body, so thank you, Brian. These are 18-inch replicas of the Grand National wheel, but they look really nice on here. Quarter glass, I end up scoring a really nice set from somebody. I end up scoring new door glass. All the hardware is new. Almost the wiring is new. Bracketry, door handles, locks. The mirrors were original to standard and painted. Power antenna. Got a really nice redone unit. To the front, new bumper impact strips on the front, new grille, all new emblems, new headlight bezels, hood, everything blasted. Oh, so let's get to the jewelry. New shocks. All right, hood. Here we go. So pretty much everything under here is new. Yes, it's a little dusty, but I'll definitely detail it, clean it. So, washer bottle, coolant bottle, new. Evaporator, dryer, radiator, new. So the entire motor was built by Brad from Boost Crew Performance. It's kind of like a stage 1, still not quite stage 2. It's a pretty potent motor. It's, bored. Bigger injector. I think 120-pound injectors, 72 millimeter plenum, PTE stretch intercooler, precision 6466 turbo, 6 individual coils that Brad does, kind of like a stack, almost like an LS coil based system. Don Cruz down 3.5-inch downpipe, precision turbo wastegate. So I mean everything, completely everything up here is brand new. The only thing that is not brand new is the booster and master cylinder. Now this was converted from the Power Master to just like, the original vacuum style boosters. We got the Don Cruz distribution block. I have the Don Cruz Performance oil relocation filter kit. You can't see it. It kind of sits below the passenger headlight up here. Mounts on the core support. Of course, everything was, core support, and all the bracketry is all powder coated. Painted what needed to be painted. Like I said, apologize for the dust. Complete CPP front suspension, tubular control arms, springs, shocks, brakes, disc brakes with 4-piston calipers. Now in the rear, I think 3.5 years ago, scored actually GNX aluminum drums and the bigger wheel cylinders for the rear brakes. This is, I don't know, it's just glass. This thing is so nice. All new weather stripping, felts. Like I said, I'm in the process of still doing it, getting things dark. I'm going to start hush mat in the floor. I already did the headliner roof where the headliner goes. So it's all of that. Over there is the brand new headliner. Over here is all these miscellaneous parts. So we got a bunch of nuts and bolts and screws and stuff, and seat belt extractors, window switches. That piece there in the bubble wrap is for the windshield. After the windshield goes on, it goes over the cover piece. This lower little deflector goes underneath the car along with the side air dams. Have not installed those yet. That's a cover plate that goes on the bottom for kind of like a heat shield. Headlight buckets, brand new, powder coated trim rings, all the hardware. So I still have to do that. I converted the entire car to the LED, so these headlights will be the upgraded HID headlights with actually upgraded wiring that allows more power to the headlights. I think about 30% more power to headlights. I got all brand new emblems. I said I have not put them on the car yet. I said thank you to Brian and Michael at G Body Parts for actually getting a lot of this stuff, and he produces a lot of these parts now, which is really nice. Not everything, but you know, a lot of stuff. Oh, AC compressor, alternator. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You know, so when they say these cars, Buick and Mopar, about 1.5 times more to build than a GM. I mean, these things, they're not lying. I end up scoring a really nice complete dash. I got that. Restored steering wheel. I went with the GNS Performance gauges and dash. Scott makes them from, I think, Arizona. They're actually really nice. This kind of locates everything in the stock thing, and then you have to modify the bezel just a little bit. Have a brand new shifter handle. Like I said, the motor was built. The tranny was built. The 200R4 was taken to Janus Transmission. It's a stage 2 with a billet drum built tranny. So this thing should fly. Don't have the numbers on it, but we're guessing, I don't know, 480-ish or something like horse, maybe 6.5 torque. I don't know. Brad's got to do the numbers and find out. Once I get it broke in and stuff like that, after it's tuned in time and everything else, get the miles on it, then we could probably put it on the dyno and see what it does. But this is, like I said, been a project for 4.5, 5 years, and it has been an ongoing project. So, but now the light at the end of the tunnel, just trying to get everything done. The stereo that's going in it is pretty trick. JVC with the full screen. I'm gonna have a backup camera on it. I have Kenwood 3.5s that go on the dash. I actually scored concert sound lower door panels. A guy had a really nice set that I found, so I got those. Those are 5.25 JL Audios. JL Audio 6x9s, and I end up scoring from another guy. These are the adapters. Originally they're a 4x10 speaker. Now these are to adapt from a 4x10 to a 6x9 in the stock location. So they're actually pretty trick. And then a 10-inch JL Audio Slim sub. That'll have a box made to go on the upper rear shelf and kind of fire probably towards the back seat or up the rear deck. We don't know yet. We'll kind of figure that out, but it'll be a kind of a vertical box there with the 6x9s. Then I have a Rockford Fosgate amp. I added almost all the stuff, like if you optioned this out, that you could. So I end up scoring a power trunk release So the button actually is in the glove box. Right there, yellow button. So you got a power trunk release. Like I said, it's all been painted, so the whole floor, everything hush matted. I was just in the mix of running the actual stereo wire for the amp, fish it through the firewall grommet below all this stuff. That way I can kind of probably mount it right here and just it'll connect to the battery right there, nice and neat. Still have to do the intake, but Brad from Boosker, they kind of have one, so it'll kind of snake underneath this and probably filter over here location. And then they have the also the breather filter kit that will go on it also. New billet pressure fuel regulator, gauge. Somebody said everything that I could kind of put on this car went on this car. So here you go, guys. Like I said, I'll get it cleaned up, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This black is just so mirror. Patrick did a phenomenal job. So stay tuned. Lots more progress to do on the GN, and I may or may not make the decision to keep it, and I may sell it. So we'll see. But if I do decide to sell it, then I will post, of course, you know, pictures, price, everything else. I'll have a video on the channel. I may get in contact with Cars and Bids. I don't know. So we'll see. To be determined. But thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's been a while. Like I said, been busy. Busy. So, but this is the GN. So everybody finally gets to see this thing nearing completion. So stay tuned and I'll catch you later.